Energy is how I get to work each day.
Energy is heat in the winter.
And comfort in the summer.
It's what makes my cup of coffee.
Light on the ball field.
It's what fuels industry.
Energy is what helps my country grow.
Energy is essential.
It's a better quality of life.
25 years from now, the demand for energy will be 40% higher.
And Chevron is developing tomorrow's energy today.
Chevron leads the industry in exploration, whether it's in the Gulf of Mexico, onshore China, or offshore Australia.
In a remote offshore area off the northwest coast of Australia, Chevron is going to gather the gas from two giant fields. It's called the Gorgon Project. We're going to bring the gas through long-distance pipelines and eventually bring it to Barrow Island. Our job is to make sure, as we build the LNG plant, we care about the safety of our business partners and the safety of the communities in which we work. But what we also do is coexist with the unique species of animals that live on Barrow Island and promote their further life.
We're also developing the Wheatstone project. As Australia's first natural gas hub, the advantages include our ability to bring in other companies' gas in addition to our own gas, which will reduce the environmental footprint. And with our geographical proximity to the fast-growing markets of the Asia-Pacific region, we're well positioned to be a reliable supplier for years to come.
A good exploration success rate is 25%, but Chevron's success rate has been 47% over the last 9 years. Part of the reason is because a lot of technology is used before we ever even drill the well. My team works to build computer models of the Earth. From there, we create synthetic seismic data. And this type of data helps us reduce uncertainty and have a better chance of finding oil and gas.
We found most of the easy oil and gas. So now we're challenged with how do we continue to meet the energy demand globally? That frontier is deep water. We're drilling in 7,000 plus feet of water. Now you're just hitting the seafloor. You're going to drill through sediment, salt, rock, and we do it successfully and safely all the time.
About 280 miles offshore Louisiana, we're developing the Jack and St. Malo fields.
It's utilized a lot of the lessons learned from projects now in production, Blind Faith in Tahiti.
This is accessing the Wilcox Trend, a whole new reservoir type that should open up a whole new set of opportunities for us.
The potential in this trend is tremendous, and Jack and St. Malo is the first project to tap that resource and evaluate really what's available to us.
What differentiates Chevron is our laser-like focus on safety. We have a culture that recognizes and rewards safety. It's who we are.
Whether we're working in deep waters of Gulf of Mexico or here in the San Joaquin Valley in California, we have to make the most out of our resources. Here we have very tough reservoirs with tight formations and viscous oils. It is more like a solid than a fluid. A few degrees of increase in temperature actually reduces the viscosity by orders of magnitude. And that's what we're doing here, injecting steam to loosen up the oil and be able to produce it to meet the ever-growing demand for energy globally.
In order to provide high-quality products from a crude oil that is tougher and more difficult to process, you have to be an innovator. Chevron created modern hydrocracking technology in the 1950s. In the 90s, we invented iso-dewaxing. We're continuing to create new catalysts and new technologies to process feedstocks into high-quality products. Additives, chemicals, and there's also base oils.
Base oils are a foundation or a building block for all finished lubricants. Chevron is investing in a base oil plant in Pascagoula, Mississippi. And it's a critical improvement over existing base oil supplies in the world today. Everything we do with operational excellence. And that means responsibly, reliably, and safely every time.
We operate in some of the most complex and dynamic places in the world. places that have real need. And so we partner with governments, non-governmental organizations, and communities to address some of these needs.
We are in Angola, Southern Africa, where Chevron has been for over 50 years. But Chevron isn't here just producing oil. We are here to really help grow and develop the country. We needed to work with the hospitals to ensure that people didn't become infected. The next step was to work with moms who are HIV positive. Those mothers receive powdered milk, a 2-year supply, so babies do not obtain the virus through breastfeeding, and they grow up healthy and strong.
Com este apoio do leite que a Chevron também dá, de facto vemos mesmo a maioria das crianças são sãs.
A healthy and qualified workforce is essential for our business, but it's also important to the communities where we operate.
In Indonesia, we are the largest producer of crude oil and geothermal energy. When the tsunami struck the province of Aceh, that was the hardest hit. We wanted to rebuild the future of Aceh. We built the Aceh Polytechnic with the international NGO and the local government. Aceh Polytechnic is a vocational school, and we hope the students will go on after the school, find jobs, and rebuild the economy of Aceh.
We take a local approach to partnership. In California, for example, we have an education crisis, and we are addressing that through emphasis in science, technology, engineering, and math.
So right here, you guys found the center of pressure and the center of gravity?
One of our partners, Project Lead the Way, provides an enriching engineering curriculum and teacher development to inspire students.
We put courses into high schools and middle schools that introduce them to careers that fuel California's economy.
Before, I thought engineering was just a field that would be boring, sitting behind a computer all day. Now I realize that engineering is actually, it's fun and it's really useful in real life too.
Chevron is helping to meet the world's energy needs today.
Chevron is focused on community.
Passionate about safety.
Locally based and globally reaching.
Chevron is its people.
Partnerships.
Performance.
And that's the difference that Chevron makes.